Hi everyone, I'm going to be out today, so I wanted to create a video to help you with the next section. So you have the sheets there in front of you. We're talking about 5.2, the sine and cosine functions, and this will be your first introduction into what the sine and cosine functions are and how they relate to what we learned in the last few days about the unit circle. Let's look at the definition first. It says if alpha is an angle in standard position and x comma y is the point of intersection of the terminal side of the unit circle, then the sine of alpha equals y and the cosine of alpha equals x. Now notice, we've studied this before, and remember that the unit circle has a radius right here, has a radius equal to 1. Remember that? But if we're trying to find this point A where it intersects, we don't know what it is. So we're just going to list it as x comma y for now. Remember, ordered pairs come in x and y. Alright, so what we're going to do first though is let's look at some easy examples. Now, let's look at this point right here. If we look at this point right here, we know that the radius here is 1. This is 1. So this point has an x value of 1 and a y value of 0. Now when you relate that to cosine and sine, remember that they're in alphabetical order just like x and y. So the 1 is going to be our c, and the 0 is going to be our s. And another way to write this is we could write it as the cosine of what degrees? Well, right here, this is 0 degrees, right? So we're saying the cosine of 0 degrees equals what value? Well, it equals the x value of that ordered pair, or 1. And what you can do is if you have your calculator with you, you can put in cosine of 0 and hit equals, and you should get 1. Now, the only exception to this is if your calculator is not set right. You got to make sure that your calculator is set in degree mode. Remember, we have radians and degree modes. So make sure and turn your calculator on and go to mode and make sure it's set in degree mode. If it's set in degree mode, then when you hit the sine of 0 and hit enter, you should get 0, and the cosine of 0, you should get 1. So again, also we have this, the sine of 0 degrees equals 0. And I'm going to stop this video for a second and then start again to show you what's going on.